Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lump Dog, your favorite fantasy football commissioner's favorite fantasy football commissioner, and I'm back with another PPH video commissioner message, week number 3. Man, I can't believe it. 3 weeks already over, man. It's unbelievable. Just unfreaking believable. 3 weeks of the NFL season in the books. And, with the lack of preseason, or I should say the lack of starters playing the preseason, this should, week 3 should conclude starters. Preseason is now over. It usually takes them about 3 or 4 weeks to really get going. So, what does that say about Miami? If they were just in the preseason, they're just getting going, right? 70 points. Oh my goodness, man! It looked like a mid-conference team versus a SEC powerhouse, man. I don't watch college football because of those type of scores, man. If NFL's going to start getting like that, I might have to stop watching, man. I watch it because I know these are paid men getting paid, grown men getting paid to, hustle, make tackles, game plan. I don't know about that, man. Miami just laid the whooping on them. 70 points, 10 touchdowns. You got to be kidding me. Anyway, don't want to take too long here because I do have Cone's cornerback this week. So that's a 20-minute segment that heck. Since he missed the first couple, there was a few things that we needed to go over. So I do definitely want to use most of the time for that. So just real quick, I just want to let the league know that we do have a trade alert. We have a trade alert. The first trade of the season has gone down. We had Just My Luck and Molly Whoppers trading Raheem Mostert going from the Mollywops and Travis Etienne from Just My Luck. So rather than me breaking down the trade, giving it a grade, just getting roasted by what everyone says that I should do, let's hear from you guys. Let's hear from the viral viewers. Let's hear from the league members. What do you guys think about this trade? Grade the trade. See where you get. Who do you think got the better hand? Why do you think they got the better hand? Who do you think gave up too much or didn't? And why do you think that? So give us your thoughts, or give me your thoughts, and maybe I can go over them in the next commish message. But I'm gonna hold off on my in-depth review of this trade, just in the simple fact that I know that everyone roasts me after I come out with it. So rather than giving out my thoughts on camera and on video where everyone can go back and look and actually hold me to account, let's hear what you guys have to say first, right? Let's hear what you, the league members, you, the viral viewers, have to say. Raheem Mostert for Travis Etienne. Who got over on who? Who got the better in the trade? Let me know, okay? And then real quick for the scores for last week too. I can't get into Cone's Corner without the scores here. So for last week, man, real quick here, we had the big game of the week there was the Mollywops, our four-time champ, getting off the schneid, doesn't fall to 0-3, gets his first win and comes up with a big score, 180.3. Man, just huge, gigantic score there in the PPH. Could have been bigger if Josh Allen actually played well. He played well. You know what I mean? He just didn't have one of the monster games that he's known for with only 35 points. Raheem Mostert, sold high on him right after those 4 touchdowns at 82 yards at 38.3. Went ahead and traded him, the number one scoring running back in the league. Abon St. Brown with 11.6, 10.5 from Freiermuth. One man's garbage is another man's treasure. Maybe Duck has... and the Cone Man learned that a little bit. Maybe you just don't move off guys so quickly. Could have probably used that in your lineup this week, those 10.1 from Pat Freiermuth. 11.2 from James Cook, and then 20.4 from Evan McPherson. These missed field goals, though, I think he needs to take away the money moniker from him. He should no longer be called Money Mac, man, because he'd be missing. He'd be missing. Anyway, and then Bills D with 39. Tardo, only 48, I should say only 48, but 48 points from Patrick Mahomes, 17.6 from James Conner, and then 12 from the Ravens. Defense falls to 1 and 2. In the next game, we got the Irresistible Force falling to the Haters, 134.1 to 90.5. Haters with Matthew Stafford with 27.6. 17.1 from Ford, 35.4 from Keenan Allen. Really saved his bacon here because without that big score, he might have lost, though 90.5 wasn't going to be too difficult to get past. 12.9 looks like Taylor Swift there, giving Kelsey the boost that he needed, getting him back in the game there with 12.9. And then Tyler Bass, the kicker there, with 16.2. Irresistible Force, 40.3 from Lamar Jackson, 17.9 from Christian McCaffrey. And then that was really all about it. It looks like they're sticking with the Jaguars defense this week because they don't have anyone else. I don't know why, but they like the Jaguars D. All right, in the next game, we got Patty's Playboys taking out West Point Gators, 124.4 to 88.3. Patty's Playboys, Brock Purdy, first 300-yard game of his career comes when Patty Whack needs to start him. He had Joe Burrow, didn't know if he was going to start, had to make the call on last Thursday, went with Brock Purdy with 43. So that was big, showing up big time. And then Jerick McKinnon, football mind, man, sits Isaiah Pacheco, even though he was had the Red Cross, but he was expected to play, but still sat him and picked up McKinnon, got 14.8, 20.1 from Deebo Samuel, 12 from Mike Evans, and then 18 from the Bengals D, gets that 124 and gets the dub, improves to 1-2. West Point Gators, and that's the cabin, I think, in his profile pick, or his team pick. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like it. Maybe I have it wrong. Looks like it. I think it might be the cabin we were staying at. Anyway, Justin Fields, got to be disappointed with him. 17.6, 18.6 from Amari Cooper, 12.2 from Metcalf, and 12.2 from Harrison Bucker. Not enough to get the 90 points, man. Neither. You're hurting. Still early in the season, though. Nothing to start panicking over, and, give it a couple more weeks. Let's see how your team pans out. I'm rooting for you there, buddy. All right, in the next game, we got Spiced Up taking out the Cook Cavern Crushers. Talk Cavern Crushers. 114.4 to 113.6. What you need to know about this game was it came down to Monday night with the Cock Cavern Crushers having Kyren Williams and Chase were going on Monday night, and Spiced Up, all he had was Tutu Atwell. This game was down in the last few minutes of the game, and that last second Tutu Atwell touchdown where nobody covered him ended up getting Spiced Up the win and keeping them undefeated. So that's just a tough loss by if you think that's bad, there's one more here I'm about to go over that will really break your heart if you're into fantasy football. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence with 32.1, 27.6 from Kenneth Walker, man, just crushing it right now. 15.1 from Chase, showing up big time. Couldn't get the touchdown to really put him over the top. And then 12 from the Eagles D. Spiced Up with 33.6 from Jared Goff. See, I keep catching myself this year at least, right, Duke? I catch myself when I say Jeff. So 21.5 from Zach Moss. He's been a great free agent pickup there, man. Really, really kicking myself again for not picking him up, man. Pollard, 13.2, and then 10.1 from DJ Moore, 13.2 from Otwell, 11.9 from Aubrey, and stays undefeated with the 3-0 record. In the next game, we had the Brewdogs take an L to Just My Luck, 112 to 108.3. Can't believe Just My Luck Brent here. Starting inactive guys. Christian Watson was nowhere at any time last week, expected to play. He was been ruled out with his hamstring, and he's going ahead start inactive receivers, but then making trades. I mean, come on, bro. What is it? You active or you're not active? If you active, get your lineup right, because if you don't, then, when I play you, make sure you start an inactive player, man. And that hurts, Darren, to go lose to a guy that starts inactive players, because you only came up 4 points there with Ridley. Really let you down. Should have outscored him by 10 or 12 at least with that 0. But Jalen Hurts with 36.5, 13.8 from ETN, 11.9 from Dameon Pierce, 21.5 from Thielen, and then 12.4 from Elliott. And got the win at 112 and goes to 3-0. I'm setting up a matchup of the two 3-0 teams this week with Just My Luck versus Spiced Up, both 3-0. One's only coming out being 4-0, the other one going to 3-1. So that's the game of the week this week, man. Be watching that one on Sunday for show. All right, Brew Dogs, man. 52.7 from Cousins, just lighting it up. Nothing else really going on other than DeAndre Swift with 14.8, and then the Chiefs D with 12. So kind of your receivers and running backs kind of let you down there. Brew Dogs didn't come through for you there, man. Tough loss. Fall to 2-1. And like I said, Just My Luck stays undefeated. All right, and then the heartbreaker game of the week. So what you need to know about this game right here, man, this was insane. So this game had Basket of Deplorables, who had Joe Mixon on Monday night, was up with 3 minutes left in the game, had a .3 lead over No Way Jose. We're all in Duck's garage. We're watching the game, and Jose gets, it's over. It's done. It's, they're just going to run the clock out. I got to get up tomorrow morning. I got to drive to San Francisco. Yada, yada, yada. I'm out of here. So we're all right, man. Take it easy. Take it easy. So what happens right after he leaves, right? Bengals have the ball. They try to run the clock and run the ball, right? And make the Rams use their timeouts and try to get first down. What first run goes for -2 for Mixon. So very first run, Basket of Floor goes from a .3 lead down to a .1 lead. The next play, very next play, run with Joe Mixon. Stuffed, -1. Not 0 yards, -1. Lost a yard. So then it's tied up. And what happens? Next play, again, -2. Hits a -2 yards rushing. Gets stuffed in the backfield again. 3 runs in a row. Bengals end up having to punt it. Rams take it down. Get that out to Tutu Atwell. Go for the onside kick. And the Bengals recover and down it. And No Way Jose gets the .2 victory over Basket of Deplorables. It was pretty insane. I mean, for both those games on Monday night, just really reinforces the reason I love fantasy football. I mean, I know there's people in this league who I could care less about fantasy football. Fantasy football, blah blah blah. All I care is about the camaraderie and the road trips, and that's all I care about. I don't care about CB's football. Well, I can tell you, man, there was a lot of camaraderie in Duck's garage when we were all watching these fantasy football scores going down, man. We were going pretty nuts and together, man. It was me, Jose, Tardo, Jimmy, Cone, and the Duck man. It was pretty good. With the award-winning tri-tip from Duck, by the way, which is the new power ranking in tri-tips in the PPH. And Duck's, I guess, sitting at the top. So, anyway, Jimmy Garoppolo for No Way Jose, 38.1, 11.7 from Clyde Edwards-Helaire, probably his best game this season. I can't believe he actually got double digits. 30.2 from Devontae Adams. It looks like Garoppolo's going to get that guy killed before the end of the season. Mike Williams, a tough loss with 19.1. It tears his ACL out for the season. Justin Jefferson with 21.9, and then 11 from the Dolphins D. And gets that 138.8, which was, again, just 0.2 more than what he needed. So, good shit. Tua for Basket of Deplorables, 54.9. 12.2 from Miles Sanders. 22.7 from Tyreek Hill. 13 from Mixon. He had 13.5, but he lost those 5 yards. And, man, I love that. And then 14 from the Colts defense. Basket of Deplorables fall to 1-2. No Way Jose improves to 1-2. And then in the last game of the week, before we get into Cone's Corner here, we got your boy, Mr. Sweet Spot, taking out the Boogaloo Boys. 132.8 to 120.3. Justin Herbert, monster score, 59.6, 400 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Could have had 4 if Keenan Allen wasn't vulturing touchdowns there, but it is what it is. 11.4 from Olave, 14.4 from Sam Laporte, 11.4 from Christian Kirk, 10 from Sanders, which is really crazy to get 10 points, double digits from your kicker, all from extra points. No field goals. Every single point was 1, and he got 10 of them. That's insane. 10 touchdowns. And then the Steelers D was 17. Boogaloo Boys, Deshaun Watson with 42.5, 12.5 from Alexander Madison, 12.1 from Stephon Diggs, 14.1 from A.J. Brown, 12.6 from Moody, and that's all she wrote, folks. That's takes the loss, takes them from out on the end of the unbeaten down to 2-1, and then I improve to 2-1. All right. Oh, and real quick, before we get into Cone's Corner 2, I just wanted to show you guys one type of one example here of how our scoring system devalues the touchdown for a quarterback. So, what's important for a quarterback? I mean, I guess that's the question, right? Is how do you think about it? What's more important for a quarterback, to throw touchdowns or to throw yards? Right? So, I say it's touchdowns, right? You can get between the 20s, right? You can throw all day. You can go from, the 5-yard line down to the 5-yard line. Great. That's awesome. But what's the payoff for the quarterback, right? It's the throwing of the touchdown or the scoring of the touchdown. The touchdown is what puts you over the top, or should put you over the top. Well, not in our league. Not because with the 1 point every 10 yards passing. So if you look at here, look at Tua, right? Tua Tagovailoa throws for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Throws 4 touchdowns. Scores 54.9 points. But if you take Herbert, who only scored 3 touchdowns, but threw for 400 yards, 100 more yards, he scores 59.6. So practically 6 points more, give or take. 5 point something more points, but practically six more points for that. And he threw less touchdowns. I'm of the belief that quarterback that throws more touchdowns should score more than someone who throws for more yards. So that's my example there. That's just wanted to point that out, that because of our scoring system, it devalues the touchdown for the quarterbacks, because you throw 100 yards, it's 10 points, right? I mean, 60 yards is a touchdown with our quarterback scoring at 1 every 10 yards. So just something to think about. Just wanted to put it out there because I still like to see our quarterback scoring go back to 1 every 15 yards. I think that's the sweet spot. It's not too low, with 1 every 10, where you're getting at these astronomical scores like 60 points. Because seriously, look, at 60 points, Herbert scored more than Madison, Diggs, and Brown, and Moody all together. You take all those guys together, and Herbert outscores them all together. So, I mean, it's just, you take 42, I had practically 60, so I had like 18 more points. So pretty much I had Brown and and Hawkinson. So I had an extra AJ Brown and Hawkinson on my squad, with Herbert scoring compared to Deshaun Watson's. So again, devalues the touchdown. I think 1 every 15 is the sweet spot, but that's me on my high horse, and I will make that argument again at the rules meeting. So there we go. All right, I know everyone's tuned in not to hear this, but to see Cone's Corner. So Lump Dog is out. Good luck to everybody in Week 4. We are going to finally only have 1 undefeated team left after this Week 4, and tune in next week to find who that is. And Lump Dog's out. I'll catch y'all next week. Enjoy Cone's Corner. Peace.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Cone's Corner. Thank you for joining us here at my house. I wanted to have a good Cone's Corner, so let's start it off.
All right. So first topic of discussion here on Cone's Corner, since you've been gone for the first 2 weeks due to the SAG, Screen Actors Guild, and WAG, Writers Acting Guild, strikes down in Hollywood. You haven't had your people working on the show, so can you give us an update on the strike and your people there?
Yeah, I felt like Cone's Corner was in real high demand, so I'm back. I had to cross the picket line, and I want them all to succeed, and I hope that they get everything that they're out for.
Okay. You know what they call someone that crosses a picket line when the people are striking? A scab. You feel like you're a scab?
No, I definitely do not.
You don't feel like you're a scab?
No, they know where I'm at.
You know where you're at. Okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, do you feel like that AI should be able to be used in making likenesses of actors? So, for instance, if I can use an AI generated image of you, should I be allowed to use that as a second Cone's Corner host? and not pay you for your time?
Technology is technology. I believe that.
Okay, so you're not with them on the strike.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're not.
I never was. I just wanted to complain from Cone's Corner. I just wanted.
All right, so we've gone 180 degrees from the beginning until right now. So you were with them, so now fuck off. I don't want to with you. Okay. All right, so sag and wag, fuck off. We're doing Cone's Corner. Okay, so next topic of discussion is the PPH draft. It's been a couple weeks, right? Where was it held? Tell the folks where it was held.
In Arnold.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Or Tamarick.
Yeah.
Tamarick. Where in Arnold and Tamarick
was Lake Alpine.
Lake Alpine, okay.
Lake Alpine.
And where was it at in Lake Alpine?
And
was it a cabin? Yes, cabin.
Yes,
Whose cabin was it?
And it was Gator's cabin.
Yes, awesome. So how did you like that venue?
I loved it. I thought it was perfect.
Do you compare it to Vegas last year at the Real World Suite? Which one would you say was the better draft? The one with the most fun factor?
They're so different. I couldn't even compare them. You know what? They were both best of both worlds. Best of both worlds.
But if you had a choice,
I would say whatever I feel like at the time.
Yeah. So at this time, if you have a choice, to either go back to say the Real World Suite,
be in the Real World
or
Suite,
at Lake Alpine, where would you?
I would be in the Real World Suite right now
instead of Lake Alpine.
But
for the next PPH draft,
maybe tonight I might view it differently.
But we're talking about the next PPH draft.
It just depends, because I feel better after after a busy day.
Yeah. But we're talking about a draft.
Start thinking differently.
Oh, you understand that, right? We're not talking about like you just chilling and just wanting to kick it. We're talking about where a PPH draft would be held. Where do you think the league would have a better?
The draft was perfect in both spots.
It was perfect in both spots. Okay.
Just different venues. Yeah.
Okay. How do you think the vibe was at the? Do you think everyone had good attitudes?
Yeah,
do you think there were any crabs?
There was crabs.
Okay.
There was crabs.
There were some crabs there.
Well, definitely a crab.
Oh, okay.
King crab.
The king crab.
The king crab.
Okay.
See, is he nominated for being the
I think so. I think if you would like to make that award, the King Crab award.
I don't know. I think
we can have a first annual King Crab award.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's have a King Crab.
All right, Cone's putting that out there to the PPH.
I'm just suggesting.
Yeah, everyone. Cone is going to nominate and don the very first PPH King Crab award at the end of the season.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, new award coming up for PPH. More swag. So, but how was the vibe? So there was some crab, or there was a crab, as you say, there. But how was everyone's attitude? Everyone have good attitude? You think everyone enjoyed the venue? You think everyone had a good time? You think people were like a little disappointed that it was like?
I think it was great, and I think everybody enjoyed the venue. I do. I think ultimately they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think that the King Crab had already thrown out his opinion, so he had to stand behind it.
Gotcha.
Even though I think he was happy with the venue.
But you feel like everybody else had a pretty good attitude.
I think so.
We're happy just to get to be there at the draft.
I mean, but that's only my opinion.
Yeah, of course. It's Cone's Corner. Of course it's true.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so vibe was good except for one crab, and King Crab with a new award. So that's crazy. So PPH has been wanting to know, it's been 2 weeks now into the season, and you've changed co-owners in the offseason. You traded. You made a huge offseason trade, traded out Foss for the Duckman.
Yes.
So now you guys are the irresistible force. So a couple questions behind that new team and that new co-ownership. So how's your relationship with your new co-owner? Are you feeling like you're vibing better?
Yeah, we've always vibed.
Yeah,
I vibe with everybody.
It's working better for you than your past co-owner?
I want to say it's just like I said before. It's a different venue. It's just a whole different experience.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So both were great. You loved your past co-owner.
There's absolutely no way I could say anybody.
Well, some in the PPH, especially the Foss, thinks that you've loosened up. You're just not as uptight as you are with your past co-owner because they were always on your case. And this one, you're vibe better, so you're a little bit more looser, and you're having fun, and you're having a better time.
Well, you know what?
Is that true?
I
Can
did.
you
I did
confirm or deny those rumors?
I think that you could look at it in many different ways, but I do think I
But how do
did.
you look at it?
I did what I did for the benefit of the PPH,
Okay.
not because
Wasn't for you.
of anybody in particular. Just
How do you
the
think it
league.
benefits us as the league? You switching trading out coners and destroying a
Perfectly good.
no, not a perfectly, but a
Excuse me.
established franchise in the juggernauts, which is no longer now. You've made it go to dust, like you're Thanos, and you snapped your fingers, and
Yeah.
the juggernauts have been disbanded.
No, but
Yes.
that was already
No.
but it was already it was. Hey, when I prepare to do something, I do it.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And I threw it out there. I sold it, and
No love lost for the juggernauts
exactly.
being
You know
gone.
what, though? I mean, the juggernauts will always have been the juggernauts.
Yeah, but they're no longer.
Well, I mean, it was in history. It's already.
Yeah, it's
done.
in history.
Yeah.
It's in the dustbin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're more angry than.
I'm not angry. I'm
anybody
not trying to
has
find out
all
your
that.
feelings about
There's
it.
actually no anger.
Okay,
It's all.
good.
It's
All right.
all different. It's all.
Okay. I didn't know if you were
perspective.
dancing on the grave or if you were paying respects to it. So that's what.
But although last time I started talking a lot about perspective, I lost a lot of money. So I don't want to get into that.
Okay, cool. All right, so still on the subject of you and your new co-owner, you guys came up with this new team named the Irresistible Force. Whose idea was that? How did that come together? Because there was a big off-season ordeal. Like you wouldn't tell the couple.
It went back and forth.
Couple clones corners
There
before
was
you were
a
like,
lot-
oh, we got this thing.
There was a lot of different thoughts and ideas that came out,
Yeah.
and it just
Who came up with it? Was it you or Doug?
it all came together.
Yeah,
Okay?
it did.
I want to give my co-owner 110% effort. He's a great co-owner. My old co-owner, the same, very great. Okay, so just like I said,
Yeah, but I'm
It's
talking
just
about the team name, the Irresistible Force.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that? Was that yours or was that Duck's? Or did you just say Irresistible and he said Force? So it was like or you said Irresistible and he said, oh, Force. And then you guys came up with that way? Like, how did that come about?
I think it came about from an agreement that we came up with.
Okay.
Right? I give a lot of credit towards my co-owner. Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And if not all credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
All right.
It was.
And then how? Still on the subject of you and your co-owner, I guess the league would like. Is Doug Flutie your boy now?
Oh, Doug Flutie is. I think the league is. It's got to be the league's boy.
Right.
That was flipping.
Almost like a
outrageous what
mascot
happened.
now for us,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
No, that was awesome.
And
was that you? Did you come up with that idea?
You
Or
know
was that
what?
Doug's?
That's another
Or was it
situation
Carl?
where I feel like him and I are both on the same page, and I would give him 100% credit for the decisions we both made.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, right on, man. Do you see Doug Flutie make any more appearances this year on maybe Cone's Corner?
I have no idea. You know, that sounds like something that maybe my producers, my writers and my producers could.
If they forgive you for crossing the picket line.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Well, but just an idea that Doug Flutie making an appearance on Cone's Corner might make the league pop a little bit. Just saying.
It could, yeah. It could.
Something you and your co-owner might want to discuss. And then also, how'd you like the food at the draft? How was the food?
You know what? I've been really watching myself and doing things.
Like in the mirror, you've been watching yourself? What do you mean?
No, just the way I eat.
Oh, watching what you eat.
And it was great to just let loose and eat and have a good, draft party and enjoy everything.
And I can give you, I know you had to leave due to a kind of a emergency the next day from the draft, but a lot of the PPH league members I heard over here, because I'm watching what I'm eating, I'm not able to eat all this stuff, raved about your wife's cookies. Raved.
Okay.
They were raving
Good,
about
good,
it.
yeah,
Amber's
she-
cookies are so
she-
good. I mean, I think I saw Duke with like 4 of them in his hand. Dude. Seriously, I think he got like 4 of them. He was scarfing down one. He had 3 ready to go. Dude, they look good, dude. I wasn't able to do it.
Mm.
Cool, man. So
Thank you.
draft was good. You and your co-owners are working out well. Your new co-owners. Screw the sag and wag guys. And then since it's the first 2 weeks of the season, who do you think looks the best right now in the NFL as a football team? Who do you think can you see
I
playing
would
for the
say
Super Bowl?
I love the Niners this year, and I think their defense is popping. I think they got great offense. I really do. I would say Niners.
And you're a
really
Dallas
good.
fan.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a diehard fan of any football team. I love football. So,
Yeah.
you know,
But you root for Dallas. You have a Dallas
Yeah,
hat.
yeah, I
And
got
you went to Dallas
Yeah.
to watch the Bears last year.
Yeah.
You did a Cone's Corner, you know, from Dallas
Exactly,
Stadium. So,
Exactly.
yeah. All right. So the Niners look good. Who do you think looks bad? Who looks really just doesn't look very good to you?
Well, as you all know, my wife likes the Bengals helmet,
Okay.
and
I don't know if everyone knew that, but okay. Cool. Good to know. I didn't know.
anyway, yeah, I don't like the Bengals this year.
They look bad
For me, yeah.
for you. Okay. Hear that, Duke? I know you said you love all of football and you're not like, an overly...
But it could be that I'm jealous that my wife likes the helmet so much.
There you
that, Yeah. I
Okay.
don't-
Gotcha. And again, what I was saying was that I know you said that you weren't a huge fan of any one team. You just loved football.
Yeah.
But I know that you like you said, you do follow Dallas, the Cowboys, and
And
this
I've
week,
also I had followed Niners.
yeah.
And I'd
But
followed
this week
the-
they lost Trayvon Diggs, their All-Pro cornerback,
Oh my gosh,
this
yeah.
season, where they signed him to
Mhm.
like $100 million contract, or almost $100 million contract. How do you think that's going to affect the Cowboys and Dallas's defense
I don't
moving
like
forward?
them. I don't like the camaraderie of the team. It doesn't look good. It don't look
Do you think Trey Lance being traded there had anything to do with that?
I think Trey Lance had something to do with it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I would say
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So Trey Lance has ended up destroying that locker room, you think? But you don't think that the losing Trayvon Diggs for the year is going to have an effect on their defense at all? You think they'll still just, be just as good without him as they were with him?
The defense
Yeah.
of
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. I do. I think they'd be just as good.
Just as
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Just as
They won't miss him. Cool. All right. Well, we are getting to the end of Cone's Corners here, so let's wrap it up here with before we get into this week's matchups, there was one question here that we had from a viral viewer, and they want to know how you felt about Z being the new king crab. Crowned as the new king crab.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
Do you think it's well deserved? Do you think it's undeserved?
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think that it's almost a compliment.
It's a
And
compliment.
It's I mean, if you're a crab,
It's a good thing.
Own it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're getting king
Exactly.
crab, right? Okay. So Cone doesn't seek being called a crab. So your end of year king crab award is going to be a sought out, not like no, give that to me. Like, oh, give that, yes, thank you. It's a compliment.
Well, it could be, but I'm not going to promote. I'm suggesting we have a king crab award.
Okay.
I'm not going to.
All right.
I'm not going to.
And you feel good that Z is the new
Yeah,
king
sure.
crab, or been labeled the new king
label.
crab.
He's
Yeah.
labeled the king
Yeah.
crab.
You like
So,
that? It's thumbs up.
Is
Is that a thumbs up or thumbs down?
We don't have a vote, so I'm neutral.
You're one
right
vote.
now. I'm neutral. So
Oh, you're mid.
Yeah.
Okay. You're neither happy nor sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, that's. I think you got your good thoughts on that. So this week's matchups. Let's see how you feel about these matchups and who you think will win. So in the very first one are two of your bandmates. So this is one's near and dear to your heart. This matchup here. You have Tardo sitting at 1-1 versus Z, who's 0-2. So who do you think is going to win this matchup this week?
I think Z's going to win it.
Think he's going to get his first win of the season?
I think he will.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Tardo, you're going to 1-2, and Z should be 1-2 according to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. In the next matchup, you have yourself and Duck, the irresistible force, versus your nemesis, Jimbo, the haters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who do you think wins this matchup?
It's going to be the irresistible force.
No
sure.
question,
No
right?
question.
No question.
No question.
Okay. All right. Jimmy, you're going down, according to Cone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In the next matchup, we have Paulie versus me. Who do you think wins that matchup? Paulie's at 1-1, and I'm at 1-1. No, wait. Paulie's at 2-0. Excuse me. And I'm at 1-1.
Okay. I'm going to have to give Paulie the win on this.
Paulie, really? With me sitting in front of you, fucking
I'm
faggot.
sorry, brother.
Kidding. All right, bro. You're going to take Paulie in that one?
I have to.
Why? What makes you say
Well,
that?
you know what? I think
You just like him?
I think he's. Yeah, I think he's.
I think he's gay.
I
And you're just
think
giving
he's-
him.
I think you're gonna do everything you can to make me change my mind, but you're not gonna make it.
All right. So then, why do you like Paulie?
You
then?
know
Why
what?
are you so sad?
I have already told you.
No, you haven't.
I'm gonna make the calls, and I'm gonna lay him down. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah,
So,
but can you not
I'm
explain
sorry.
why you made the call? It's not very good leadership.
I'm not.
But okay,
I'm not
we'll
gonna
move
get
on.
into it.
We'll move on. I'm not going to try to. That's going to be painful. All right. So next game. Next game we got Patty versus Gator. Who wins that matchup?
I'm gonna have to say Patty.
Patty.
Mhm.
All right. Patty's going to take which he already had Purdy and Debo go. He has like 60 points already, so it's a good call. All right. Next, this is a big matchup here. We got the new Duke Spiced Up versus what do you think about that new team name, by the way? Spiced Up for Duke.
I like it.
You do?
I
You like it?
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it.
You don't like Return to Greatness?
I like spiced up.
All right, Spiced Up.
I like it.
All right, so Duke Spiced Up versus the co-ownership that you used to be part of, but now it's Britt and Foss, the Cock Cavern Crushers. Is that a stupid name?
You know what?
I think it's pretty stupid.
I
expect
honestly-
more out of Foss.
I honestly think that whatever name that pleases people, I give it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm cool with any name you guys.
Yeah, but what's your opinion on it?
My opinion, I think it's great.
Great. Okay,
think it's
cool.
great.
Then that's probably why they picked
fine.
it.
Okay.
So who wins that matchup? Duke or Britt and Foss?
I would say Britt and Foss.
Britt and Foss going to take out Duke, huh? Take it from the land of the undefeated. He's 2-0.
I know.
He's not going to like
I know.
you hearing that.
I'm just saying.
Just
Okay.
saying. All right, Duke.
Okay.
Open wide for the L. is what Cone's telling you. All right, and the next game we got the Brewdogs versus Brent. Dare Boy versus Brent. Who do you like in that matchup?
I'm gonna have to give it to Dare Pair.
Dare Pair. Okay. Dare Pair continues his undefeated streak, moves to 3-0 according to.
And
Cone.
yes.
All right. And the last matchup would be Tommy versus Jose.
And Tommy versus Jose, I would say Jose.
Jose.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't
I'm gonna
think
give
Tua and Tyreek Hill will lead Tommy to a victory?
I think that Cone's Corner is already done with the predictions, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in.
There we go. Thank you, y'all. Cone's Corner's out.
Yeah.